Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
I'm just having a good old time rocking and rolling. It's Wise Women's Wednesday, everyone. Welcome. What do you think of that idea? I'm glad you're here. Catherine, it's so good to see you. Thanks for the little heart. I will receive that and love that. And I just want to say it's hot melt mix every day, folks. I love this stuff. Hey, Jocelyn, Carla. Tasty. I love this stuff. Yeah, we're getting ready for the hydration challenge. That starts next week, by the way. We go from one thing to the other thing to the other thing. Do you know why we do that? Momentum. We're all about the M word, momentum. It just works that way. Hi there, June, Noreen. Hello. So good to see you. Carla always says, hi from Kentucky. And every time I see you anywhere you post, I always think of Kentucky. That's what I think of. So it's so good to see you, Susan. Lovely. Thank you so much for stopping on by. Anyway, today is a big show because today is Wise Women's Wednesday, which is my favorite. I don't know. Maybe Soulful Saturday is too. I don't know. There's a whole bunch that I really like. And today we're going to be talking about how to create your own culture of excellence. We've been talking about excellence all week long. Hello, Sharon and Carol and Darla. So good to see you. You know, excellence is everything. You know, when you do something excellent or your kids do, or Nancy's here in the house, she knows all about excellence. But you know what it's like. When you see this, you know excellence when you see it, right? It's not hard to discern. And that's why we're talking about this, because oftentimes we just allow life to happen to us instead of attacking each day with like, can do, this is what it's going to be all about. Now, that sounds awfully simplistic, but I think it's important for us to start differentiating. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Angie. So good to see you. So we're doing sprint week this week. I hope it's going really well for you. I just dropped a whole bunch of pounds. I decided to get on the scale and try it out. And it was all from one, hydrating, and two, from not playing so much that I did like I did this weekend with all our friends. So I don't have to explain that to you. You know what it is. It's nice to get back to feeling normal and feeling, you know, and being doing all the things that we need to be doing. Hello, Teresa. And there's our girl, Priscilla. Oh, you know we're going to continue to pray for you, Priscilla. You know we love you. So we are hydrating next week. So next week we start the hydration webinar. We start the hydration challenge. Get signed up for that. Well, you don't have to get signed up, but if you want all the information, savingdinner.com/hydrate. We put it all there. The guide is there. You can get a special screaming deal, by the way, on these two things, because it's all about fiber and electrolytes. It's not just water, guys. This is a screaming deal. This is what you want. Here it is. Fiber Mender and hot melt mix. Hi, Jane. Good to see you. Yay. Do I still see Marla? I don't. She has been staying away from folks right now. And that includes me. That's cool. You know, I just sent her a note and told her that I loved her. Right? Danelle's here. Yay. Who else is here? Boy, look at this going. Joanne! Yes. I'm so glad to see you. How's the move going? How is that move going? Anyway, so hydration is starting next week, and we're going to go from one thing over to the other. The reason that we do this, again, is momentum and to keep from going off the rails. That's number one. Next week also is our Gala. You know what that's about. All I can say is I will be wearing glittery things with big earrings and the hair, the higher the hair, the closer to God. You know the deal. You know the drill. Anyway, you got to check that out. You got to get signed up for it because the evening ones, especially the crowdcast ones, Those you have to take a reservation for. It's just the way that the whole software system works. And if you do it on Tuesday, you're going to want to do it on Wednesday. Every show is going to be different. It's going to be different, and it's going to be a blast. Are you kidding? We've already got our playlist, everything. It's going to be so much fun. So check that out. Will you do that? Nancy's got her razzle dazzle ready. Of course you do, Nancy. I can't wait. And be razzle dazzle ready, because I can bring you on camera. savingdinner.com/gala for all the details. Of course, it's free. It's going to be a blast. Mark is right now washing the dog, and I hear all kinds of things going on. That's pretty funny. He took a little swim, an unauthorized swim, I might say. He loves the water, but you know, I can't let it keep going into the water without getting rinsed off. He gets this awful lake rash thing. It's crazy. Alice, I'm so glad you're here. Everybody get your razzle dazzle ready. Everybody come to the gala next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. 1 o'clock regular show, and then 7 p.m. for the Crowdcast show, that's the one that's going to be off the chain. I really want you to come to that one. It's going to be so much fun. savingdinner.com/gala. Now, Full Bloom. It's on, girlfriends. It is on right here in Brevard, North Carolina. And I will tell you right now, you got to come. It is Saturday, September 11th. Okay. You got that? If you want to be here in person, you fly into Asheville, or you can do Greenville or Charlotte and just drive in too that way. But here's the deal. It's going to be an all-day event. It is going to be something memorable, something you won't ever forget as long as you live. Your connections, these women that you've been connected with for so long, now you're going to finally get to see them in person. Can you imagine? You're going to get uncomfortable hugs from me. That's just how I roll. And we're going to have the best time together. I promise you that. I'm going to give you everything I've got. But you got to be here. I'd love you to be here in person. If you can't, we also have a virtual option as well. We're going to have the whole thing filmed, as we go. But check this out. If you're here in person, you're going to be able to do what we call a 3-pay. So you can start budgeting for it right now. Check it out at savingdinner.com/bloom for all the details. Because you've got the Friday night thing, you've got the Saturday event all day long, and then you've got Sunday brunch. That's optional if you want to. Danielle started drinking a glass of Pinot Noir each night for the health benefits. Thank you for being an inspiration. When it comes to wine, I'm an inspiration, Danielle. Let's just go with that, shall we? Patsy's in the house. Yes, I know. Look at everybody. Everybody is getting their thing. Listen, you guys can get your stuff together and collaborate with other members. There's a lot of people going. Oh man, Joanne had lots of broken stuff. Oh, I know. So sorry. It's so hard. I'm telling you, it's the worst thing ever. But it's all going to pass, Joanne, and everything's going to be lovely and wonderful. I promise you. I just know it. And plus, with your attitude, you've got this. Success tools are in the shop, and they're getting scarce, except journals. savingdinner.com/tools. Okay. The journal is going to teach you how to take your goals and compress them into 12-week segments so that you can start hitting them. It's a magical system, if I do say so myself. And I know you'll love it. Take a look at that. Also, take a look at what's coming to an end here are our cups. The mindful mugs are almost gone. I don't want you to miss out on that. And the reason I don't want you to miss out on that is because this is a collector's item, in my opinion. This is our first one because we're starting to number them all. Julie, what's happening with Julie? Everybody's saying, I'm so sorry, Julie. I'm sorry, Julie. Your dog passed away. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. That's terrible. Dogs they're family members. That's just really hard. Hello, Butterfly. I'm glad you're here. You know what? We've got a lot of lovelies that we pray for, and we're not afraid to pray. We're not afraid to ask for prayer. We know who we are and whose we are, don't we? So, amen. We're going to be praying for all of you. Thank you so much for letting us know. Next up in the success tools category is the quote decks, which are almost gone. I don't know. We might even be out. But these quote decks are the little things that the reason that I share with you a quote of the week. Every week I share with you those. And we put them together, a lot of other ones too, and put them in 54 cards right here. And in cardstock, and they're plastic coated, so they really work well. And then there's this little stand that comes with it. So check that out, savingdinner.com/tools. And you can learn all about these amazing tools that will help you set up your successful environment. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. Alicia's in the house. Juanita's here. So good to see you all. The new quote deck's almost ready, Joanne. It's in design right now. It's getting designed. Isn't that so cool? Cheers. Here's to that. Speaking of quotes, check it out. You don't have what you want because you're not committed to it. Woo-hoo-hoo. Cosmic 2x4 or what? You know, it's really true, because you know what commitment means. You know that there's no excuse. You know, commitment's in. It's done. It's nailed. It's married. You put a ring on it. It's a done deal. But when we play, we think, yeah, we're in. Sometimes we're not. I see this a lot with sprint folks, by the way. You know, I do. The ones that show up on a regular basis and are posting and doing all that, I can tell you about their success. And every single one of them has this common denominator. And then there's those who start and then they stop and they go in and they're out and they're in and they're out. And guess what their results are? They're up and they're down and they're up and they're down. There's something to that. You know, let's connect the dots. Hey, Denise, I'm glad you're here. So Q&A is coming up on Friday, always. Send your questions in to support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday goes right there in the subject line, and you will get your question answered, regardless of what it is. I've had hair questions before. You want to know how I did my beautiful hair today? There was dry shampoo involved, let me tell you. I was sweating like crazy after today's little bike sesh. So, you know, you gotta fix the do. Also, this is flying. You guys really want this, don't you? I don't blame you. Everybody should be taking this, you know, right before a meal. 2 capsules before a meal. That's going to help with digestion. That's going to give you some prebiotics, which help feed your gut. You know, when your gut is in balance and when your gut is not leaking out all over the place, that's when you can really speed along weight loss. I can tell you from personal experience. Healing your gut is one of the things that we need to take seriously. It's everything. So take 2 of these right before your meal. You don't have to taste it like you would if you were just drinking it. It's not going to make your esophagus sore. It always gives me a sore throat when I drink it. It's not going to make your teeth feel yucky. And this is fantastic. It's organic. That's the big differentiator. If you buy 3, we're going to give you the 4th one free. That's a screaming deal. So go check it out. Noreen, I think what Noreen has to say is so important. It really makes a difference to be fully committed. I didn't gain after going to 4 parties this last weekend. I'm doing the sprint strictly this week. It's working. I love it. And that's it. But you know what? And I'm going to tell you, you know what changed for Noreen? I'm just going to tell you from observation. She didn't say, hey, Leanne, this is what it was. It was her mindset. Because the mindset is the piece that guides the rest of everything. It's basically, you know, the rudder on the ship, that mindset piece. Because without that mindset, you know, how do you don't just grin and bear it. You don't just bite down hard on a piece of wood and say, oh, whatever, I'm just going to try to sprint this time. No, you just commit yourself to the process is what you do. And that commitment is what takes you all the way to the results. It is the results that you're looking for, the things that you want. It's all there. It starts with the mindset. The non-commitment roller coaster is right next to the carousel. Crazy. June, that's exactly it. It's the non-commitment roller coaster is basically the gateway to the carousel of crazy. You know, don't commit and then just keep going on and on, up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. How? You know, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. And think about this. This is the thing that just absolutely gobsmacks me. It diminishes your life because your entire focus is on this stupid carousel. because your mind is spent thinking about the next weight loss thing, or, oh, I'm so fat, or my jeans don't fit, or I have to get into a bathing suit. I'm going to crash this off. Find the thing, find the magic pill, find the magic guru, find the this, that. That's what it's all about. Getting off the carousel of crazy just means that, you know what, I have decided not to do that anymore. I've just decided to be committed to that program and to go forward from there. And that's where you're going to find the results on the other side of that. You know, it takes a little muscle. Hi, Jama. Cindy, good to see you. Hi, Vicki. So that's what we have going this week. So don't forget, you know, that ACV, it's going fast. And when it's gone, it's gone. We will order more. Of course we will. But, you know, when we have stuff, you know, we put this on sale, we can have a big supply. But when the big supply diminishes, well, you know, we might have to cut it off early. So Joanne, we know. So, and Joanne would be, I would consider one of our poster children, shall we say, for this Hot Meal Sprint, because she started early on and she's committed. She's stayed with it. She does all the things. Check the box. Does she sprint? Yes, she does. How many times? I mean, at this point, 20. Every time, oh yeah, she shows up. Is she there and helping everybody else? Check that box. Is she taking her supplements? Check that box. Is she taking time for herself? Check that box. You know, she is a poster child. And my hat's totally off to her. And so many of you, Jocelyn, you too, and Noreen, I'm just so impressed with all of that. And you know, that to me this is how we create that culture of excellence that we want, like in our community. Have you noticed that our community is really incredible? That's a culture of excellence right there. And you know what culture means? It's such a great definition. I love this. Check this out. Culture is the manifestation of intellectual achievement collectively. And I would say go beyond just intellectual achievement. As a matter of fact, there's a culture wheel of what defines what a culture is. And it's music, art, food, drink, knowledge, stories, community, language, tradition, and customs, even the way you dress, all dictated by a culture. And then there's work cultures. I mean, everybody's heard of Google's work culture, right? They've got, you know, food on demand. You've got gourmet kitchen. They have free cooking lessons. Yeah, they do. They get massages. They can sit on a beanbag if they want. They've got nap pods. They can bring their dog to work. I mean, it's a different deal, and they're well known for their company culture. So I believe that we all want to create this culture of excellence in our homes. I think this is the most wonderful thing to do. You know, it's like when we've had discussions before. You know, Mark was a not bed maker, and I was a bed maker. And when he asked me, why do you make the bed every day? You're just going to get into it at the end of the day. I thought that was the funniest thing. And I said, because making the bed every day starts you off on the right foot. It begins the day with something already completed. It just makes all the difference in the world. And so that to me is sort of my line in the sand. This is where we start. Start with that, then work through, clean up after yourself as you go. Just little things like that are marked achievements. And that creates excellence, because that sets the standard. So how do we create excellence, though, in our own homes besides all this, you know, bed making and cleaning up after yourself? Well, I think there's a whole thing to be looked at. And one of those things is just, understandably, is not to accept mediocrity. You know, that doesn't mean that you need to make your bed in such a way that you've got, you know, quarters bouncing off the mattress or anything like that. You don't need to be doing that, but you don't want to be lukewarm. You don't want to be meh. Who wants to go through life like that? You know, can you imagine? But excellence, what is excellence? Excellence is fierce. Excellence makes its mark. Excellence means you're engaged with the thing that you're engaged with. There's such a dichotomy between the two. And, you know, when we're in this mediocre place, we're getting by, you know, we're just barely making it happen. You know, we're putting in the time, we're holding on, we're struggling. Those are often markers of just the mediocrity. And sometimes, you know, I mean, when I say struggling too, I'm talking about boarding and staying on the struggle bus. rather than struggling on the other side of excellence is struggling to hit that goal, struggling to work it hard, struggling to make it happen. Yeah, struggle is always involved. Remember, it's inspiration and perspiration are the two things that come with excellence. And just getting by and all that stuff, you're not going to get excellence out of that. It's not just going to suddenly emerge, out of a cocoon. Here it is, when you didn't expect it, It doesn't work that way. But a culture then of excellence is created by understanding first and foremost our core needs, not just yours, but your family's. I mean, our homes, when I'm saying creating a culture of excellence in our homes, whether you live alone with someone, roommates or family members or whatever it is, you can create and hold the standard. You can be the standard bearer for this culture of excellence. But we have to start with, Maslow's hierarchy of need. I love that because that's basically the basis for everything. And right on the bottom, you've got your basic stuff: food, shelter, warmth, water, right? Everybody needs that. And then the next thing is we need safety. There's stability involved, security, free from fear. We need that next. And then up above is the sense of belonging to someone, belonging to a community, friends, family, a sense of community, your church, wherever it is. But that is something that's deeply within us. And then there's the next one up is that you matter. You matter. And you all matter to me. And I know I matter to you. And I can feel that connection. That mattering is important because you know what you get with that? You get a bump immediately of self-esteem, like, oh yeah, I feel seen. And that's a way of saying I respect you and I care about you. And that's all a part of not making us feel isolated, but making us feel like we're a part of. And then the next one at the very top is they call self-actualization. This is when you get to, after getting past all these different levels, but you get to see your talent come to a place of where you're doing something with it. Maybe you've got like Lucy has the stained glass and maybe she's, selling them on the side or has an Etsy shop or something. And on it goes. But that self-actualization is the creative part of us. It's the fulfillment of being able to do it. It's sitting there and just doing some handwork and maybe framing it or making a little pillow out of it or whatever. But that just makes you feel so good. And it's all part of, we all need that. So when we understand that and that's in place first, then we can start going into this other place of what it is that we want. And I have for you 4 things that I believe are the things that we need to be focused on so that we can actually create our own culture of excellence in our own homes. Even if it's just you and a bunch of cats. I'm not going to judge you. I've got a dog that I'm completely wacko about. That. So it doesn't matter. You still have the ability to hold that high standard of excellence. Anyway, the first one is to, excuse me, cheers, is to focus on performance. Am I doing the things that I need to do? And when I say performance, I'm not saying, how are you performing in front of a crowd? How are you performing in front of everyone around you? Does everybody think, what you're doing is great? No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about when I say focusing on performance is how you're doing on the job, shall we say. If you were to be evaluated, how are you doing? Are you getting through the stuff and doing the things that you need to do? Are you showing up? Do you have your little ducks in a row? Do you have your checklists going? Are you working on your goals? You got to start where you are. Of course, that's part of the whole thing. But you get props to go to the next level. You've got to get the props to go to the next level. What is the next level? Well, the next level is, after I've done this, I'm going to go to here to this next level. I have I have a Peloton, right? And I did ride today. And there's a little meditation in there. They 5-minute fitness meditations to help you go to the next level. And it's just terrific. It's so that you can do the next thing. Because it's not going from here to there, it's going from here to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. And part of the whole thing, it's not about getting there. It's not about getting there. It's about getting there and taking that journey. We know that. And when we embrace that journey, that's when the sweet reward is that much sweeter. And same thing with this. That's why we focus on our performance, not to say, is it perfect? But to say, is it excellent? Am I excellently applying myself to this? Am I doing a good job? Or what needs to change? And doing it in a way that doesn't get clouded with a bunch of emotions and self-flagellation. All that's just nonsense. No. Instead, just say, okay, here it is. How did I do today? Let's take a look at that. That's the big time difference. And that makes all the difference in the world because it helps you to connect with the next thing so you can do it. It also helps you to bring on the challenge as well. I love a good challenge, but not in the way that's, I'm constantly under stress trying to, figure all that out. You have to adjust it to your personal need and customize it so that it fits for you. All right, the next one is the vibrant vision that you hold for your life. That is excellence all the way, all the way. Of course it is, because seeing is believing. Now, for those of you who are coming to our Full Bloom event, whether it's virtual or not, you are going to see my vision boards. And I have my old vision board here that I'm going to share with you here in just a minute. But I want you to understand what this is all about, right? This is what this is all about. Vision boards help you to get vividly into the thing that you want. And while you want to see things in living color and with lots of details, we also hold that loosely in our hands. It doesn't have to be that exact vision, right? And all of this is to say that visions are the things that help to decorate and to help us to visualize what it is that we're doing. This is how our brains work, by the way. Remember I told you that story about the pianist? And the pianist could not tell whether they did a brain scan on him, whether he was imagining playing or whether he was really playing. His brain can't tell the difference. And this was a big telling thing for brain neurologists to understand that we don't know the difference between the two. Our brains simply do not. So when we experience something that we're imagining, that's something that we can then follow through and actually accomplish because our brain thinks we've already done it, if that makes sense to you. So in 2018, I believe it was, gosh, this thing is old. I made this vision board. And the biggest thing for me was I wanted and this is exactly what I would say, and it was written over and over and over again in my journal, which was, I want a house on the water with a dock and a boat. House on the water with a dock and a boat. Blah, blah, blah. Here's my vision board. And look, right here, look at that vision. Look, it's taking up a quarter of my vision. A quarter of my vision board. And all of this here had something to do with it. I had unstoppable because that was my word of the year. I had adventure because I wanted to do a lot of travel. We did some, but not a lot. Saying hello to new possibilities. This is when I created NutriCoach. And connection, transformation, timeless style, being a standout, funny, badass. I put that in there. Mission accomplished. And it's time. Words that said something, see the magic and prepare to change lives. This was all on my vision board. These vision boards, by the way, will be at our event, and I will explain them in great detail. I'm explaining it to you right now, but what this does is vision boards helped to provide that creative fodder that we need for our brains to see it and to imagine something. Because sometimes if I say, imagine a pink elephant right now. Sure, you can imagine that. But if I say, imagine yourself walking down the street, you're wearing X, Y, and Z, sometimes You're just kind of like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I can't really see myself doing that. Well, sometimes you don't need to see yourself doing that. You just need to see, oh, upside down. You need to see something. I just needed to see this. This. I just needed to see that. You know why I needed to see that? Because I wanted to make that happen. No, I don't have a vision board training video, but I believe it was in one of our full blooms we did, and we will be doing it in as well. Yeah. There you go. Jenny just answered you. I love that so much, and I want to emphasize: keep all your magazines. Get yourself a small board. It doesn't have to be big. Use rubber cement and start when things jump out. I just take scissors and if I'm watching the news or something, just clip them out. I've got them right under in my coffee table, so I'm redeeming that time of sitting there, having the sewage come into my ears for just a minute anyway. But that's what I do. And then later on, I take them and I've got my vision board over here. I'm not showing it until full blown. You'll see it. Anyway, I think it's one of the most important things that you can do. Number 4 is to allow. We have to allow for the excellence to develop, don't we? We have to allow for it. But we also don't need to settle either. I think we can say, allow for excellence in everything that we do. Allow for where you are right now and love yourself up right where you are and be enough. But also say, but you know what? The next level that I want is this. And that's cool. That's great. That's what we need to be doing with every area of our lives. Right now I've got 10 pound, this is terrible. Well, it's not terrible, sorry. But I've got I can do 10 pound bicep curls. Once upon a time I used to do 25 pounds, when I was in really good shape. So I'm working my way back up to that. I'm not going to stop at 10 pounds. I'm going to keep buying more dumbbells as I get stronger. Do you understand what I'm talking about with that? This is not mean that I'm putting myself down. I'm not blah, blah, blah. I'm not settling for anything at all. I'm up leveling. So when we allow for the next level, here's the thing that we need to look at, right? We all want change, but we don't want to do it. Isn't that the truth? You want the change, but you don't want to have to do it to get there. I mean, that's just normal. Everybody's like that. I was like that today. I was like, I don't really want to get on the bike, but I'm going to do it. Just get on the bike and do it anyway. That's how change happens. It's tough. We all want it. We want this certain change, and we just don't want to put in the work to do it. And that's cool. Understand that and say, okay, I know that about me. Moving on and do it anyway. Number 4 is this. This is the big deal. How do we develop this culture of excellence in our homes? We ask the question, what if? I love the question, what if? Not what if the sky is falling, not all that nervous Nelly hand-wringing business, but the what ifs and opening up the possibilities, opening up. Well, what if they said yes? What if they did? And you know what that whole thing is? Make the phone call, make the phone call anyway. Ask anyway. And you know what? Every answer to your question is going to be this. No, unless you ask. If you don't ask the question, it's always going to be no. So ask away. Ask, and ask. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. This is what it's all about. And this is how we get to spark that scope for the imagination, as Anne Shirley used to say. We ask the questions. We create and drop the creative seeds so that something can sprout out of it. And we collaborate and we bring these things out. We use our vision boards and we start asking the right what if questions. It's incredible. That's what moves you from here to there. That's what gets you from mediocre into the place of excellence. And if you want this culture of excellence in your home, in your environment, everywhere about it, then this is how you go after it. Heart, mind, body, and soul. That's what we're all about here with the Daily Dish. We want to seek vibrancy in every single thing that we do. And doing it excellently, that's going to get us there. That is the golden ticket. Well, I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you so much. Susan, good to see you. We will be back tomorrow, of course, Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Don't forget to get signed up for the Gala, savingdinner.com/gala. It's happening. It's on next week, this time. Fun. Peace be with you. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.